All right, here we go. This is an update from my 125 from a year ago at the fish club. They asked how I was doing, so I'm giving you an update. So the sword on the right is Blahiria's sword. It has a bunch of runners, as you can see there. She's making more babies again. This is actually 5 or 6 times she's done this. So she has babies there. There's a little one behind the corner you can't see that I planted. There's some throughout the tanks. I have Java Fern. It's actually making babies as well. This is Loegia on the bottom there. It's doing really well. The center here is the corkscrew valve. I request to see that. It's in the front. In the back is Spiralis. It is kind of taken over a little. Well, not really, but it's getting a couple feet long. To the left over here, there's not enough light. So this is where slowly but surely all the low light plants have migrated to. But there's Amazon Swords, there's Jungle Valve, there's Java Fern. There's quite a few different plants in here. But as you can see, there's a little bit of yellowing. So even as big as the fish load that I have, there's not enough nutrients for all the plants. So I'm constantly having to, about once a week, I've added in some aquarium co-ops. I got this German brand here, which I don't know the difference. They seem to work just fine. I use flourishing tabs. I don't do water changes as often as some people do. I'm probably down to once every 2 weeks, sometimes longer. It generally depends. I'll test my water and see if it needs it or not. I use a TDS meter to make sure it's high. If it's above 300, I don't add ferts. If it's below 300, I add ferts. If my pH dips to a 6.9, I do a pH or a 6.8. My pH generally stands about 7.2, and that's when I know if I need a water change or not. If my plants turn yellow, then I'll do a water change as well. But I generally don't do water changes on this tank. This tank is pretty much maintaining itself. There is a little bit of algae on the back wall. I don't know if you can see that, but there's plenty of algae eaters in there. Oh, this is a rare sighting. Let's see if I can zoom in here. It's one of 4 Hillstream loaches. He's just chowing down there. They do a pretty good job of keeping the tank clean. There's also Cory cats in here, but because the tank's so large and there's so much activity, I rarely see them until at night. There's a Decibarbs here. There's supposed to be 32 Decibarbs, but if you look all through the plants and whatnot, they're constantly in and out. You'd never see them all out at once. There's 5-strike tiger barbs, 5 banded barbs, I guess is what they're called. They're not tiger barbs, they're 5 banded barbs. You'll see them, they pretty much hang out together. They're there, the little guys down at the bottom. There's Denison barbs as well. And then my Siamese algae eaters that go around cleaning everything. They think they're Denison barbs, so when they get scared, they hang out with the Denison barbs. But yeah, so this is an update. I have tons of plants that I just pull from here all the time. The corkscrew valve is going to be a mistake. As you can see, it's decided to grow up on around the rocks past this way. It's expanding. This is Italian valve right here that didn't quite grow as fast, but it seems to be growing some. I mean, the roots are up out of the rock, so I'm not exactly sure what its story is, but this is an Amazon sword. This is Argentinian swords. There's all kinds of stuff in here, and it seems to be doing pretty good. So my substrate, the base of it was sand. On top of it, the black is the Flue Ball Stratus. And then on the left here is, because I had this large piece of wood, it'll drop your pH level. It kept dropping my pH level to around 6.5. Well, I didn't like that, so I put in about a cup of sand over here, which is called cichlid sand, which basically crushed coral and argonite. And it brought my pH level up to about a 7.1, which is where I want it. Oh, and I do have the gold. They're not gold mollies. They're marigold mollies. They're just in there for color because there's so much red. But yeah, this is my tank. This is the update. Hopefully you enjoy the update. I'll do the other tanks, as I said at the fish meeting. I'll get all 20 tanks plus tanks involved, and I'll show you everything I got. Each tank setup is different, so this is the first of 20. Hope you enjoy.